Hi, Rich. Thanks for joining me.
Hello, Charles. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. I noticed that a coin that you picked up in January, a super rare coin actually, the 1853 half dollar, finest known of four known examples, is being offered for sale at Stack's Bowers A&A auction. And I wanted to talk to you about this coin and get your insights because I think you're actually one of the only one or two collectors that have ever owned more than one specimen of this issue.
Yes, I think that's a correct statement.
So what can you tell me about the coin? It's the finest one, but it's circulated. They all are.
They all are. What apparently happened was, according to an article by Oliver and Kelly, there was basically an open house that the New Orleans Mint had January the 2nd of 1853, at which they displayed the highest value coin of each of the two metals that they made at the time, which were silver and gold. So they showed an 1853 double eagle, as well as an 1853 half dollar, which they were both made, obviously, on January 1 in order to have this event on January the 2nd.
One of the things that they probably didn't count on when they struck these coins is that Congress would change the tenor of our silver coins in the spring of that year.
No, nobody really expected that. But what happened was that late in I guess it was in April, they decided to reduce the weight of all the silver coins and indicate that by putting arrows and rays on the larger silver coins, which would be the half dollar and the quarter, and just arrows on the dime and half dime. And that would indicate that those were a lower weight. And the earlier ones were at the higher weight. So I suspect what happened is after they made these 1853 no arrows half dollars for the open house, they just figured, well, we'll make more later in the year and we'll just throw them in the bin, put them out into circulation, and nobody thought anything different until all of a sudden they made this change, and now these became extremely rare coins.
You know, this piece has some pretty, beyond you, remarkable provenance. Collector J. Colvin Randall is one of the first name owners of the coin. Afterwards, it was for a long time in the Garrett collection and then the Queller collection. There are four known now, but pretty much this coin and another one, which I think was a VG8, was discovered in the 19th century. A trolley driver allegedly discovered one around 1909, 10, 11 time frame, and that coin shows up at the 1911 A&A convention. And then nothing for over 100 years until 2012, right?
Yeah, the last one was discovered in, I believe, 1911, and then the next one was discovered in 2012, which they call the Howell specimen. And that one was basically an inheritance that people had a bunch of coins in their safety deposit box, and they were about ready to sell that coin at melt. But one of the heirs had a coin book and looked it up and said, this is a pretty rare coin. We ought to get it checked out. They checked as to who had sold the last previous coin, and indeed it was Stack's had sold this coin that we're talking about now, the VF35. They had sold that in 2006, so they contacted Stack's, and that's how the fourth one came to light.
And that's the other specimen that you owned, isn't it?
Yes, I've owned this VF35 as well as the VG8 Howell specimen.
So if you're a collector who, a pretty serious collector, but you haven't yet stepped up to the plate to acquire one of these major U.S. rarities, what is it about having a coin like this that really takes your collection to the next level?
Well, it's kind of the ultimate business strike coin. This is a regularly issued coin. It's not a special issue. It's not a 1913 Liberty nickel that was basically made by a midnight minter. It's not an 1804 dollar that was actually made 30 years later in 1834. It's not a proof-only issue. It's a regular business strike issue. It just happens to be extremely, extremely rare. And that's, I think, the cool thing about it. And the cool thing about this specimen that's being auctioned is the fact that it's a VF35, and it's by far the finest compared to the other three, which are two VG8s and a good 6.
And don't wait around for a mint state example, because they probably won't show up.
No, if they're going to find one every 101 years, I think it's going to be a long time before they find the next one.
Well, Rich, good luck with this lot, and thanks for sharing your insights about it. You know, it's always interesting to talk to collectors who actually own coins like this and to learn why they found them to be so cool.
It's been a fun coin to own, but it's time to transfer it on to someone else who would like to own it.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Rich. Good luck.
Thank you, Charles. Good talking with you.